Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I've never heard of that before, and I'm stoked to check it out. And so you mentioned the meditation was the first thing. The second thing you mentioned was gratitude, and that's really interesting because I've never thought about gratitude in that way of like it's its own practice, but really it is. So how did you? How what was your first steps with gratitude?
I think I will tie it together, gratitude and affirmations. And just I think right now I'm realizing how much of a pit of like negative thoughts I was in right when the pandemic hit of, what's going to be next. And I needed to um, create this ritual of positivity where I was training my mind to think positive, training my mind that, things are going to be okay. And realizing like, hey, like, there's a lot of good things that I've already done. There's a lot of good things that are still going to happen. Identify what I can control and identify what I can't control. And yeah, I think for with gratitude, it's like you can't simultaneously be in pain and also feel thankful for something. So I always felt like when I would write out, things I'm grateful for, or text a friend I'm thankful for them, or a family member, or just say, hey, mom, dad, like I'm thankful for you. I would always feel better about it. And in the same process, you're making someone else feel better. So um, I think creating good energy on a one-to-one level like that with other people really helps kind of lift me up too. And I was in my effort to feel better and not feel crappy, like in that moment of just like sharing, a moment of time with somebody and expressing my gratitude, I lifted them up and at the same time myself.
Yeah, and I like to say this often is like we can't control when someone gives us a gift, but we can control when we give someone else a gift. That's always in our control. And
Absolutely.
interestingly enough, science has shown, or some studies have shown, that the same things light up in your brain when you give a gift as when you receive one.
Mm.
So if you know one's in your control, giving is always in your control, then it's like you can always give yourself a gift by giving someone else a gift. So it's kind of something I've been
Yeah.
thinking about. It's something I like. Um, but back to your journey, it's like, okay, you start practicing meditation, you start practicing gratitude. What transpires in your life since then?
You know, I kind of mentioned the idea of, live shows being this like connection of seeing people in person. And I had this realization of, hey, I don't know when shows are going to come back, but I have to think of some sort of creative way to get back in front of people, to create that connection. And I couldn't think of a better way than doing a podcast just like you're doing. And dude, it's done a world of good for my social wellness, my well-being, just, talking to people and talking about whatever conversation and seeing how each moment in time or each conversation is going to be so unique to that moment based off of, what that person's going through in their life at that time, what they've recently read, and then vice versa, what I've read and what I'm currently doing. Like each moment in time, each conversation is so unique. Um, and I felt like, there were people, a few things clicked, following you, following people on Twitter. Um, I was like, damn, I feel like I know people on Twitter way better in the 2 or 3 months I've been following them than people I've been following on Instagram for 5 years. And
Wow.
I felt like that was really powerful. So I'm like, okay, I want to really start sharing my thoughts more and also give a place where people can share their story. And at the same time, allow my audience and followers that maybe their only connection to me is they've listened to my music or they've been to a show, but they don't really know who I am. They don't know,
Mm.
what's going through Jimmy's mind. What does he like to do? What does he do to get to this point that he's able to do this? And yeah, I wanted to create more of a community in the brand rather than just like this almost like not transactional. I don't know if that's like the best way to describe it of, I come out, do a good show, you just have a good time and you forget about me, but more of a deeper connection.